Alrighty, what up, it's Shankster94, and welcome to my 82nd weekly Q&A. I'm your host, the Gamer Shankster, also known as Shankster94. This is a place for you guys to ask questions, receive answers, communicate with each other, have pitiful yet entertaining comment wars, and to witness the occasional troll get blocked, even though we haven't had one in quite a while now. So, alright, who do we got here? We got White Chatrin, Manny Stovall, Saad Kilf, Man of Muff, Nightboy X99, also known as Nightboy Ryan, I guess. And that seems to be it for now, you know. Wow, Wyatt, you actually retracted the message. That's a first. Alright. So, let's get the 1 hour timer ready to go here. I'm not going to forget like I did the last 2 times. Here we go. Alright, so what? Did I hear about all the stuff happening at the border? Yeah, I did. Trump is threatening to close it down permanently, I believe. All right. So I'm doing this on a Tuesday in the afternoon. So I honestly don't expect a whole lot of people to show up. So everyone's probably still at work or school, so one or the other. And for the drink of this Q&A, I'm drinking this stuff, ginger beer. And I have to say, it's actually kind of convenient because I was feeling a little nauseous this morning. Come on, people, chat away. I hope the live stream is going well because, I mean, the last one for some reason was doing horribly. I think because my computer was slow back then. I think my computer's just fine now. I'm cranking this at top quality, 720p, 2500 kilobits per second, so it's much better. Alright, Wyatt Chattrand with a super chat. Due to new circumstances, your super chats may increase. Really now? What, did you get a better job? Like, not that your current one was bad at all, actually. It's probably the reason you're able to support me as much as you do. If you got an even better one, oh man. I can imagine what you're gonna do with that. Nightboy, you haven't had ginger beer in years. I don't know if I've ever had it before. I've had ginger ale. If that's not the same thing. Manny Stovall, what are my thoughts on SpongeBob SquarePants? It's one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows. Alright, what was I doing before the Q&A? What will I be doing after? Before the Q&A, I was showering up and enjoying myself to pancakes, which also answers the first part of your next question, probably coming up. What will I be doing afterward? I'll probably be watching some either Netflix, Hulu, or maybe even some Naruto. We'll see. Alright. Absolute MMA 101. 58 days left for the Resident Evil 2 remake. Damn. Yeah, it's getting really close. Can't wait. Same thing says from Nita Shield. Alright. Wyatt, did I hear that the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants died? No, I haven't heard of that. I'm doing great, man. Thanks for asking. Alright, absolute. Apparently there will be a part where I encounter Mr. X and the liquor at the same time. What do I think about that? That's going to be interesting and probably tough to deal with, now that I think about it. Manny Stovall, what are my opinion on the Evil Dead series? I don't know, I never played them. Nightboy, Black Cherry Ginger Ale is the best. I would be interested in trying that, that's for sure. Black Cherry seems to be always good. Man, if y'all need my trivia question, I was like, because the last Q&A was being so dull, and like, I mean, I'm really hoping I don't have too many of those up until the 2-month, because I feel like that's what's gonna be happening from time to time here. It's like, cause no one has new material. I might Might be the duelest Q&As ever. It's just a sign that these are starting to get old, and it's like they can't last forever. That's why I'm going down to just once a month after the 2-year anniversary. Anyway, would I ever drink super strong liquor on stream and get really drunk and spill lots of secrets and personal details about my life? That's something I've actually debated, like drinking on stream. It would have to be some sort of special occasion, I guess. Like a even numbered Q&A of some sort. Not planning on doing that on 90 because that's a late night. That would be a bad thing to do. But I don't know, maybe 100 I'll drink on stream, and then 104 of course when I do hopefully get a 4-way Q&A going, and it would be like 3 hours long. I might get faded. All right. What did I last eat? What did I next eat? Well, the last thing I ate was just kind of what I'm eating right now. Pancake. But the next thing I will eat. Don't really know right now. Again, it's kind of hard to know what I'm going to eat next. Because the mood changes throughout the day, you know? What? Best and worst thing to happen to me since the Q&A? I thought I told you to stop that question. So I'm telling you again now. I'm not answering that anymore. Best and worst thing about these Q&As. Okay, well, the best thing about these Q&As is I like the little circle that we formed here. I got a very specific audience for these Q&As, it seems. And that's what kind of makes it fun. The worst thing about these Q&As is that they're getting old. And they're not original anymore. And it's just getting repetitive. Man, if trivia question, what Resident Evil, the Spas 12 was the only time was appeared? Was that Code Veronica? Yeah. What? After doing the monthly Q&As for like a year or other period of time, would I consider returning to weekly Q&As or at least twice a month? Probably not, because I'll just have to remember how dual these were getting, and it's just going to happen again if I go back to it. I'm saying dullest, kind of funny. Q&A 94 needs to be special. Why? Because it has 94 and I go by Shankster 94. And can we do a special Q&A on Christmas or Christmas Eve when we wear Santa hats? Probably not going to happen, considering I work both of those days. I don't know. We'll have to see. And do you really think anyone's going to attend that if we did it on Christmas or Christmas Eve? They'll be busy with their families. Night boy. You're nervous now. Try not to get drunk. That's what, does it make you nervous? Fear get out of the feelers. What's up? Ho ho ho, bitches. What? Funniest thing about these Q&As is when people are like fearless, go ho ho ho, bitches. No, it's probably when you ask like certain questions that are awkward, but I'm actually willing to answer. Manif, guess the weapon question. What gun in Resident Evil is weak as fuck? Had over 300 mag when you fully upgraded. It's hard for me to understand the question, Manif, because I don't think it's worded very well. Alright, what weapon gun is weak as fuck? Had over 300 mag when you fully upgraded. Not sure what that was. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if I can answer that question, man. Manny, the Evil Dead franchise are a series of movies, video games, and TV show called Ash vs. Evil Dead. Okay, I don't care. Uh, and yeah, Wyatt, it did appear in Dark Side Chronicles too. Let me see. So yeah, unfortunately, man, if Spas 12 has appeared in another game, it's the only main game it appears in. That's a fact. Is Code Veronica. But anyway, Fear Gale, um, Zombie Kill, Explosive Ornament, or drop a wad of coal on top of it. Probably an explosive ornament. Oh, it's the VZ61. I gotcha. When you said mag, you meant like magazine. I was for some reason thinking of a Magnum. Mm, got confused with the way you worded the question. Manny, the Spas 12 first appeared in Survivor. Did it? Can't remember for some reason what the shotgun from Survivor looked like. Oh shit. It wasn't Survivor. It's actually in a decent amount of games. So, since Survivor, it's in Code Veronica. It's in Dead Aim. It's actually in Dead Aim. And then it's in Dark Side Chronicles. It's also in Operation Raccoon City. That's interesting. So yeah, Survivor is actually the first one. Didn't totally forgot about that. I was just thinking main series for some reason. All right. Wyatt, choose from the following two loadouts to survive the Capapio glass apocalypse. A die with Precision Industries uses 12. Must look up with capacity 1. 3 Resident Evil 7 sparring spears. And 1 Resident Evil 7 strong first aid med. Or a Neosted 2000. Must look up. With damage 1, 3 Resident Evil 4 harpoons. 1 Resident Evil 4 yellow herb and 1 blue herb. God damn it. This fucking sucks. Yeah, now the stream's gonna start buffering because you're making me look shit up. Uses 12. Die Precision Industries. Okay. That or Neosted 2000. Ooh, I feel like I've seen that before. Alright. Well, let me look at the rest of the loadouts. Capacity 1, 3 Resident Evil 7 strong spears. 1 Resident Evil 7 strong first aid med, or the Neosted 2000 with damage 1. 3 Resident Evil 4 harpoons, 1 Resident Evil 4 yellow herb, and 1 blue herb. I'm going with loadout B. To survive Capapio and Glass. The two most unrelated enemies ever. But, yeah. Alright, what? Man, if I was wrong. No. Fair Gale. Do I think there even exists a mine thrower in real life? I'm not sure, actually. There's a there's a tutorial video on how Google Hangouts on air works. Okay, where are you going with that? Man, if Darkseid doesn't count because it's not main Resident Evil. Okay. Well, yeah, main series, then the first is Code Veronica. That's hands down. That's undeniable. But Wyatt, a Revenant kill. Never mind the tag at the beginning of it. Trap it in a laser room or push it into sharp swinging pendulums in the castle. I would trap it in the laser room. Night Boy. In reference to Wyatt, I'll let him look at it. Wyatt, favorite gun across all the CGI movies? It's probably Leon Silver Ghost, because it comes back for Degeneration, I believe. Fear Gale, don't you hate it when a video game has an automatic shotgun but you fire it pump action style? Yeah, it's stupid. Man, if do I like the weapon guess trivia question? Kind of. It's just that last one you didn't word very well. That was the only problem with it. Manny Stovall, trivia question. Which Resident Evil game did the Striker first appear in? That's easy. Actually, I better be careful. But I'm pretty sure it's Resident Evil 4. Wyatt. Change my name to the game Lamester or the gamer Wyatt? The game Lamester, probably. Absolute MMA. What do I think of Resident Evil 3 remake coming for the PS5? That's not confirmed. I don't think, anyway. And stunning 4K 60 frames per second, that would be dope. Alright, Fear Gale. I'm actually caught up. Zombie Kills. Sicka Killer Rabbit on it. Jesus Christ. Reference. Or throw a holy hand grenade. Another reference. Probably a holy hand grenade. White Shotgun. The PGM Ultimate Ratio Intervention or dual-wielded Smith & Wesson 3913s with damage 1 to survive the Oscar Apocalypse. PGM Ultimate Ratio Intervention. Huh. Or dual-wield Smith & Wesson 3913s. I'd probably go with the PGM Ultimate Ratio. Yeah. All right, Manny. What are my thoughts on the Milcore MGL-1L grenade launcher? That's like that's the barrel one, primarily featured in like Resident Evil 5. It's an interesting grenade launcher. I like how it's like a revolver chamber, some sort. Absolute MMA. There's a new Resident Evil 2 Remake trailer coming in December, as well as the Resident Evil 2 Remake demo, releasing on PSN and Xbox Live shortly after. What do I think? Well, I'll probably do a reaction to that trailer. As for the demo, I really don't know if I'm going to do some sort of video on that. I mean, I'm definitely going to live stream the actual game when it comes out as soon as possible. But as for the demo, I really don't know if I'm going to make any content on it. So that's actually something I failed to mention in the subscriber notice, like about my hiatus. If I don't return to regular full plays by the time Resident Evil 2 Remake comes out, that will actually be the first thing I crank out to end my hiatus, is the Resident Evil 2 Remake livestream. Not messing out on that. Alright. What trivia question? What attachment does Leon Silver Ghost have in Degeneration that is not present in Resident Evil 4? So Is that like a flashlight attachment or a laser pointer? I feel like Resident Evil 4 has a laser pointer, but in Degeneration, I think it's a flashlight. Or is it something that makes a burst fire? I forgot. Feargale, where did the 94 and Shankstar 94 originate? It's because it's my birth year. Man, F. Trivia question. What Resident Evil what the M4 was the first time it appeared and maybe the only time? The M4 shotgun? I mean, I want to say Resident Evil Remake. It's hard to say though. Alright, Figale, you'll make a quick explanation. The Killer Rabbit and the Holy Hand Grenade are reference to a British comedy movie, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Gotcha. Wyatt, trivia question. What is the name of the town that Degeneration takes place in and around? The airport and research facility has this town's name on theirs too. Harvardville? Something like Harvardville? Something like that. Fair go to the Fearless. Have I seen the classic outfits for Leon and Claire in the Resident Evil 2 remake? Yes, I have. Manny Stovall, what are my thoughts if there would be a Resident Evil crossover game? It depends on what it's crossing over with. It would need to make sense. White Chatron, would I rather have to own and drive the 1973 Ford Explorer SUV concept for the rest of my life, or own and drive the 2000 Rinspeed Tattoo? The hell? Okay, 1973 Ford Explorer. Oh, what the hell is that? Thing looks weird as hell. Alright, and now let's look up the 2000 Rinspeed Tattoo. Huh. And the question was, for the rest of my life. I'd probably go with the Rinspeed Tattoo, to be honest. Especially because it's much newer, and it actually doesn't look too bad for me. Alright. What, you think Resident Evil 2 Remake would be a great thing to end the hiatus with anyway? Probably. Also, in Degeneration, Leon Silverghost has a flashlight. Okay, so I was right. In pretty much all iterations of Resident Evil 4, all the guns have laser pointers except in the Wii version, which instead is green targeting reticle. Yeah. Manny, what are my thoughts on The Simpsons? I actually don't watch it. Wyatt, trivia question. In Damnation, what is the name of the fictional country Leon goes to? That I'm not going to know because I've only seen Damnation and Vendetta one time. So, yeah, I don't know the answer to that. Manif, and what Resident Evil the M4 Carbine was the first time appeared, maybe the only time. Okay. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the Benelli M4 Super 90. Okay, the M4 Carbine, that was most likely Resident Evil 3 that appeared in. Because it literally says M4A1. Fair Girl, what do I hope to get for Christmas? Probably a new laptop. That's probably not going to happen. What? Am I jealous as fuck that Am I jealous as fuck that you got to. Really? Good for you if you did. I really don't care. Feargale, have I ever made up my own names for any Resident Evil enemy before I learned their actual name? Um, No. Well, actually, probably. Yeah, you know what? You want to know? You guys want to know what I used to call the hunter before I actually called the hunter? Yeah, totally childish and whatnot. I used to call it the scratcher. Yeah. Anyway, why original 5 Chris versus Vendetta Rebecca in a contest to see who's a better medic? It's definitely Vendetta Rebecca. Why also in Damnation Leon goes to the Eastern Slav Republic. Coolio. What also Vendetta Chris or Vendetta Leon in a pole vaulting contest? I'm gonna say Chris is gonna win that. Wait, pole vaulting? No, it's definitely Leon. Never mind. For some reason, I was thinking jousting, but I don't think so. What? But anyway, which representation of Chris do I like more? Resident Evil 6 Chris or Vendetta Chris? Which representation of Chris do I like more? Probably Vendetta Chris. Man, if what's my favorite shotgun? My favorite shotgun is probably the Benelli M3 Super 90. Figure of the Fearless. As funny as that name for for the hunter sounds, that does make total sense for the hunters because all they do is scratch, pretty much slice more or less. What has it ever taken me a long time to discover what a Resident Evil enemy's name was, and then I was like, "What the fuck?" when I learned what the actual name was? No, it didn't. The hidden boss from Tower Battles made it. All right, Wyatt. Trivia question: how many voices have been heard in the Q&As since the test Q&A? This may be tricky, but don't count completely indecipherable background noises. We have to have had some idea of whom spoke. What do you mean exactly by how many voices have been heard? I'm having trouble understanding your question since you're being so technical. See you later, man. I'm actually caught up. So how many people have we heard speak in the Q&A? Do you actually know the question? Do you actually know the answer to that? I'm gonna voice wise, I'm gonna say 5. So the hidden boss. What is the hardest weapon review that I've had to do? Probably Outbreak, an Outbreak File 2. Why 8 people? So you just contradicted yourself. You said not appeared, just spoke. So you just failed your own question, Wyatt. Because you specifically said not appeared. And I don't think you've ever not appeared but just spoke in a Q&A. So yeah, I don't think you're right. Okay, then you shouldn't have put that in the question. Because you confused the hell out of me. So, that was just a dirty trick. Well, yeah, because I misunderstood, I'm not wrong. I'm just misunderstood. If I understood correctly, I probably would have answered it correctly. So the fault's mutual. Fear Gale, zombie kill, Hadoken blast to its torso, or fast kick every part of its body. Probably fast kick. What dumbest weapon review that I've done and is still on the channel? Well, none of the weapon reviews I've done are considered dumb because they're all appropriate, but the one that was probably the one I would consider the dumbest is probably Survivor 2. Yeah. Either that or Gaiden. Why do people in Northern California say NorCal? Because it's just shortening it. And people South California say SoCal. I don't know what people call like middle California, mid-cal. But well, I hope you realize that you asked like, oh well, Fairgale got one in between all of that, but you basically asked like 9 questions in a row. You better let someone else in. If I were put into Resident Evil 8 as myself, but they made me homosexual and put me in an explicit gay sex scene, what would I do? I'd probably kill myself before that. What trivia question? Which counties border Shasta County? Tehama, Siskiyou, Trinity, and Lassen. If there's any more, possibly Modoc and Plumas. And Mendocino. No, actually, I think Mendocino is too far down for Shasta. Yeah, it is. I probably named too many, but I'm pretty sure I covered all the ones that actually do connect to Shasta. Did I know that the congressional district I'm in is represented by a Republican? Yeah, so I'm not political. I don't care who represents my country. I wouldn't care if it wasn't even a Republican, Democrat, or a third party. Firgale, you might as well talk about a little achievement you accidentally made while playing Director's Cut. You forgot to make the V-Jolt before the boss fight, and you only had your handgun on you. Good for you. It's possible, that's for sure. I've thought about doing handgun-only playthroughs, but... Michael Cho, if I have a unique alarm clock, would it ring out Michael Jackson's hee-hee for 1 hour or Gordon Ramsay's insults for 12 hours? I think I would go with Gordon Ramsay's insults. You donkey. What? Would I care if a serial killer represented my district? If he was well known as a serial killer, then yeah, I would be concerned. But if no one knew, then no. Fear Gale, you go into this door, and to your misfortune, it's the room for Plant 42, and yeah, you can't get out. Absolute MMA, you're actually going to do a handgun-only playthrough on Resident Evil 0 and Remake. Good luck. Wyatt, trivia question, who is Redding's mirror? For the record, you don't know the answer to this. I can't think of her name right now, but I'm pretty sure it's a she. Yeah, I can't think of her name. But yeah. Man, not that I really care, but you're putting my hometown in the stream. Fergal. No, wait. Did you mention you also forgot to drain the shark room, so you had to drain the shark room? Huh. Absolutely. You're not going to need luck because you beat it with the knife only and 80% unarmed. Trivia from Wyatt Chatron. Who is Shasta County's county executor or equivalent? This is kind of the like the mayor of the city except for counties. I don't know that much. I know my county sheriff. And I know the governor. Michael Cho, eat Italian food the rest of my life or Japanese food? Italian. Big time. I love pizza. How much time do we still have in this Q&A? About 24 minutes. Maybe I will put out my own trivia question if I keep up like this. I mean, this one's not nearly as dull as the last one. I'll give you guys that. It's still not super lively, though. That's what I'm saying. This is just how they're becoming. Alright, White Chatron. Get kicked in the nuts once by my county sheriff or slap my... No. I'm definitely going with the former. We'll just show he's not a very courteous sheriff. What's my favorite soup? It's definitely going to have to be clam chowder. Yes, clam chowder. Michael Cho, the one that sells clothes. What? Eat Mexican food for the rest of my life or eat Chinese? Chinese. Over, yeah, I'm going Chinese or Mexican because if I ate Mexican food for the rest of my life, I'd probably get diarrhea very fast. Chinese, on the other hand, I don't think it gives me diarrhea. It's like it's a food group I don't get to eat that often. So Chinese would definitely be awesome. Also, what is my least favorite soup? Probably like one that has kidney beans in it. Have I ever had cream of mushroom soup? Yes, and that's pretty good too. I also like cream of chicken. Fairgale, your brain must be so sleepy right now because you're having a hard time thinking of questions. That's okay. I mean, it's probably getting harder and harder to come up with questions these days because we've been doing this for over a year and a half. Anyway, I'm trying to give you guys a trivia question that I haven't already asked. Have I ever had cream of celery, Wyatt? No. I really don't think I want to try it. Wyatt, if I were to perform such a hateful act, it would definitely be the opposite sex. Michael Cho, eat raw sewage squid of sit on a chair with fireworks pointed from underneath. Or sit on it, yeah. Uh, I'd probably sit on the chair with fireworks. What if Ada was revealed to be a trans? I know. What would my reaction be? That'd be pretty damn sad. Fear Gale. Not sure if you asked this before, but do I think the Colt single action army will make a return in Resident Evil 2 Remake? That would be interesting. I would actually enjoy seeing that. They kept most of the weapons. Oi, Senior Beelzebul. 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 Okay. I'm never gonna get to put out a question because as long as one appears, I'm gonna hold off on it. Sit on a chair with fireworks pointed from underneath, or punch Michael Cho and get arrested for assault. Well, that would be much simpler. Well, what? Why do you always like take a question from someone who like sort of made it their own and then turn it against them? No one ever does that to you, Wyatt. In fact, I'd encourage people to do that to you more often because you do it all the time. Thoughts on if a water gun, squirt gun appeared in Resident Evil 2 Remake as a joke? Well, they did some sort of thing like that in Revelations 2. It was like a bubble gun. But it did come in handy in certain situations. So, I think it would be kind of funny, actually. As long as it's not the reward of some tedious mission. Alright, here's a trivia question for you guys. Excluding live streams, what is the longest video that's on my channel? Live streams do not count. What did I think of your cheesing holiday greeting, Happy Thanksgiving? Yeah, that's what it was. It was cheesy, tacky, and corny. Also, get betrayed by Manif or by you. Keep in mind that betrayal also means all support would end from that person. Well, it would be a bigger punch to the stomach if you were, so sorry, man, if I'd rather you betray me than Wyatt. Feargal, ultimate weapon review. Yeah, that is the correct answer. It was the ultimate weapon showcase. It is the longest single piece of content that I've ever uploaded. Now, the longest video in general, when you do involve live streams, does anyone know the answer to that? The longest video in general. So this does include live streams. Anyone know the answer to that? It's obviously a live stream since I excluded that earlier. And be careful, it is sort of a tricky answer. Feargale the Fearless has the correct answer. It was my blind live stream of Resident Evil 7. The first part, day one. He even did the specifics and got the absolute correct answer. Didn't want anyone to just say Resident Evil 7 blind live stream. No, it's the first part of it. Yep, that was nearly 8 hours long. Seems like I switched up this Q&A and now I'm the one asking questions. That's nice, actually. Why? You thought I was only talking about Q&As? I didn't say Q&As now, did I? I said live streams. See? Doesn't it suck when you're confused about a question, but you totally think your answer is justified because your confusion was your own? But anyway, Trivia for the longest Q&A video, you're guessing the 25th. No, that is incorrect. The longest Q&A I've ever done. Yeah, I want to say it was probably 60. Either that or 75. I'm not sure. Or it's 52. Yeah, basically all of Wyatt's answers. Anyway, a question from Wyatt is: have to survive the Tina Ogreman apocalypse or the Ogreman apocalypse or survive the Chaos apocalypse? I'd rather go with the Ogreman apocalypse. Also, will I ever do a troll stream where I end it after 5 minutes and end it with an insult like screw you guys? No. No. Not even on April Fools. Alright. Well, let's see, we still have about 14 minutes. Okay. Alright. You would have to know me pretty damn well to know the answer to this. Do any of you know what was the first Resident Evil game that I ever beat? This doesn't have to do with my channel. Has nothing to do with my channel. I disclosed that during one of these Q&As the very first Resident Evil game I ever beat. Does anyone know the answer to that? So yeah, this one's really, really tough because you actually have to know me kind of well. You would have to have been doing these Q&As for a long time. What's up, Lindsay Carter? Haven't heard from you in a while. Have I pre-ordered Resident Evil 2 yet? Yes, I have. So why the answer to the longest Q&A is 52 at 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 24 seconds. Feargale, you guessed Resident Evil 1. No, it's not the first Resident Evil I've ever beat. It is the first Resident Evil I've ever played, but I didn't beat it before. But anyway, why it's in... No. Wyatt, I thought you had an answer, but then it disappeared. Did you retract it? Yeah, you retracted it. Oh well. So that's still the question then. What was the first one I ever beat in my personal life? at the young age of 6. Actually, I beat it when I was 8. I started playing Resident Evil when I was 6. So Wyatt, your final answer is Resident Evil 3? That is correct. Resident Evil 3 is the first game in the series I've ever beaten. Yep. Then I finally beat Resident Evil 1 around then. So you were close, Fearless. You're just off by 1. It was like, that's the second Resident Evil game I've beaten. Well, of course, Wyatt, because you have been to every single one of these Q&As. So that was probably easy for you. Alright. Mana for my girlfriend as my ally to survive the evil Tricell Wyatt clone apocalypse. The Wyatts would be armed with police sticks, stun guns, mace, and body armor. I'll go with Mana in that case, because, yeah, knows Resident Evil better. Michael Cho, speaking of age of playing Resident Evil, did I ever freak out whenever I encountered one of the enemies? Yeah, when I started at the very young age of 6, yeah, a lot of things were actually scary for me. Well, I can assure you why that question of like the first Resident Evil game I have ever beaten, pretty sure it came in the later Q&As. I highly doubt it was one of the very first questions. Alright, here's a scenario. One random video gets permanently deleted from my main channel with no option to re-upload it every month for the rest of my life, or spend 6 months in SRT lockup with Angela as my seductive but cruel jailer. I'd rather spend 6 months in SRT because, yeah, these videos have sentimental value now, and I would hate it for them to get taken down. Even if I one day ended YouTube, I wouldn't want what I have made already to be gone. I'd just be one of those defunct channels. Also, which would be the worst experience? SRT lockup, DSO lockup, BSAA lockup, or Blue Umbrella lockup? I feel like Blue Umbrella lockup would be the worst. Man, this ginger beer is pretty good now. Alright. About 10 minutes. Maybe I can ask another question now. Okay. Why an El Garador stills my girlfriend or fully human Ricardo Irving does? Um, at least a fully human would be better off. So yeah, we'll go with that. Trivia question: which city is the county seat of Shasta County? It's Reading, where I live. Yeah, I can't think of something to ask you guys for some reason. Hmm. Okay. Does anybody know the reason I shouted Dayon 231 out? Does anyone know that reason off the top of their head? Again, I'm pretty sure Wyatt's going to be the only one to know the answer to this. But Michael Cho, did I ever own a book that looks interesting but I didn't want to read? No, I've never owned one that I didn't read. What? Your county seat where you grew up was pathetically small since that county is like the third least populated county in New York. So Fearless, you were very close, but it wasn't Street Fighter that I played with him. It was Tekken. Yeah. I shouted Dayon 231 out because I was featured in a live stream of his on Tekken Tag Tournament 2. You were on the right track. Why don't blow? You don't get a reward for knowing the answer. That's basically all I can offer on these Q&As. Wyatt, Hoodstar dies or you stub your toe. I don't wish death upon anybody, so you're stubbing your toe. Same thing, you're gonna lose an eye. Now watch, you're gonna try to twist it in some morbid way. Manif loses both of his legs. Michael Cho, any games am I hyped for? Obviously, Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's basically the only game I'm hyped for. I'm hyped. I'm a lot more hyped for some movies coming out next year. Apparently, all the rage right now is for the new Lion King movie next year. Everyone's talking about it. And about the same two things keep getting brought up. See if you'll be able to resist crying when Mufasa dies. And basically that it's just gonna totally, some people think it's gonna ruin it somehow. How dare you, Wyatt? The Lion King reboot ends up sucking or Avengers 4 does. You know what? I'm going to be totally honest. I think I would rather Avengers 4 sucks more than The Lion King. I don't want The Lion King to suck. Michael Cho, Lion King live, Mulan live, or Aladdin live? I think Mulan live would be the most badass. Now we're going to go on a Disney rage because I brought it up. Fun fact, you have never cried because of watching a movie, playing a game, reading a book, or listening to a song. Wow, you're stone cold. I can't help but tear up during a scene in Titanic. Mufasa dying in The Lion King never actually made me cry, though. It's just probably one of the saddest Disney scenes, that's for sure. Wyatt, Hoodstar gets killed and eaten by Crimson Heads, or Bill Plumley gets eaten by a Berserk. Okay, so either way, someone dies. Well, and if that's the case, I hope Hoodstar gets killed and eaten by Crimson Heads. Because Bill Plumley, he didn't do anything really to deserve to die. Hoodstar didn't really either, but I despise Hoodstar a lot more than Bill Plumley. I don't despise Bill Plumley at all. I'm totally over it. I'm over Hoodstar too. It's just he had a bigger impact. Never let go, Jack. There you go, Michael Cho. What? You came close while watching a 9/11 documentary, but you held it back. Oh yeah, that'd probably do it. All right, got a little more than 4 minutes left. Also, you didn't hear my answer though to this. Hoodstar dies or I didn't. I totally skipped that question actually. Now that you mention it, I skipped it for some reason. Well, if that's the case, yeah, Hoodstar's dying. Yeah, I see. I told you you're gonna find a way to morbidly twist it. Although that wasn't really morbid. You made it easy for me. What would I be hyped to see live action remakes of all of the Resident Evil CGI movies? Live action remakes of the CGI movies? If they did it play by play, maybe. Wyatt, Ada dies in Resident Evil 8 or Leon does. I would rather Leon die and Ada finally realize that she's her mistake of holding back all these years. That would be great. I'm not saying it would be great that Leon dies. I'm just saying that would be great if that was the reaction from her. Also, my thoughts on if Resident Evil 8 is free to play, free to download, but requires tons of microtransactions to get through the game and unlock anything. I would tackle through that. So basically, the cost is all the add-ons, not the actual game. 3 minutes. Fair Gale the Fearless, you're gonna get going. You've got a few Mortal Kombat X mobile uploads to do. See you, Fearless. What? If more DLC was created for Resident Evil 7 but it cost $200, would I buy it? Assume it'd be tons of new scenarios and content, including. Yeah, I'd buy it. I would. Alright, here's a trivia question for you guys. Does anyone know the very first video I live streamed? Ever? What was my very first live stream featuring? The very first live stream I've ever did. Wyatt, get killed from a horrible disease or from a pack of piranhas ripping me apart? Probably horrible disease. Never be able to speak to my girlfriend ever again, including all forms of written communication like text, or my parents suddenly hate me forever. Ugh. Just suddenly for no reason, huh? I'm going with the latter. What was it for Resident Evil 7? My what? Sure, but what exactly was I doing? Basically gave half of it away for everybody who hasn't answered yet. What? You hack my channel and upload a video saying how much you love and support the channel, or Hoodstar hacks it and uploads whatever he wants. You can go ahead and hack the channel then if that's what you actually plan on doing. When I go it doesn't mean it's tough, it means I don't really like it. And maybe it's tough. Alright, less than a minute left. And no one's answered the question I asked fully yet. Have I watched Rush Hour, Michael Cho? Yes, I have. I've watched all 3 of them. It's a good series. If no one answers before the timer goes off, which is now like 35 seconds, I'm just going to give the answer out. Wyatt, have I ever watched a romantic horror film? Probably. Like Valentine's Day. Alright, almost done here. About 15 seconds. Wyatt, Hunter Mew versus Leon with Blacktail. Leon's going to win. Yeah, I guess no one knows the actual answer to that live stream question. Because here's the timer. Alright. So that's the end of the Q&A, and I'm at the bottom, so that's basically going to end it. So the answer to my live stream question was, it was simply testing out the live stream. It was some Resident Evil 7 demo gameplay. So that was the answer. All right, people. So yep, this is gonna end the Q&A. Much better than the last one. I'll give it that. So I'm happy, and we didn't have it lagging like crazy or anything because my computer was slow or whatnot. Alrighty, people. So this is Shankster94, aka the Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Patreon. Shout out to Wyatt Chotron for making my one and only patron, a large patron on that matter. Alright, I will see you guys in the next Q&A. See you later.